Welcome to Joyful Obfuscation. First off, I'm very glad you're here. You landed here for a reason. I have no idea what that reason might be, but I am glad you're here. So, why this channel? Well, the idea for this channel came about as something of an inspiration, and pays homage to the multiplicity of other channels on YouTube, that use crappy sounding computer generated voices to narrate what quite possibly might otherwise have been great videos, had they only been narrated by a real person. At the time this particular video, which is similarly narrated by a crappy sounding computer generated voice, and that's really the point of this channel, it is not possible to know how computer-generated voice narration will sound in a few years, but it is a safe bet that it will continue to improve, and one day will be difficult to discern from an actual human voice, if not impossible. But for now at least, a computer-generated voice sounds pretty much like a computer-generated voice.
But even as things are now, there are TTS engines that do a passable job of mimicking human speech, such as the one you are now hearing. Unlike the previous voice, this one was generated on my cell phone, using a different TTS text-to-speech engine. It sounds quite a bit like the voice that Google uses. So it isn't a big jump from this voice to one that is not distinguishable from an authentic human voice. Do a web search for deepfake, and you'll see that it is already entirely possible to generate synthesized voices that mimic actual people. Such technology could be used for good, but it can also be used for nefarious purposes, such as framing people for crimes they did not commit, or perhaps for generating sound bites of politicians saying things they never said. Such sound bites could easily be released upon an unsuspecting public during an election campaign, for example. And the scary thing is that it would be difficult, if not impossible, to prove that one did not actually say what is on the sound bite. I could see such technology being used to actually convince someone that he said something in the past that he never actually said, in effect creating a sort of false memory. Yes, the technology we now have is at once both fascinating and scary. But that's not why you're here. No, you're here to stimulate that strange part of your mind that is entertained by frivolous and stupid tripe. So as Mighty Mouse once said, the videos on this channel will one day prove to be seen very much as the anachronisms that they truly are, and I think that's a good thing. But anachronisms aside, there is another entirely different point to this channel, and that's to celebrate the wealth, dare I use that term, of videos that not only use
crappy? Yes, we're back to this voice again. Computer-generated voices to narrate the text, but do it with such a smally bad English, that many of them may remind one of so many instruction sheets that accompany products imported to the West from China, that one is very fortunate indeed if one is able to decipher the meaning of them, and actually make use of the mangled words that are supposed to pass for English. Yes, the writers of those sheets could have made use of perfectly good, and oftentimes free translation services that exist on the internet. The HiNative app is one such service that comes to mind, and is free, but no. They must insist on translating their native tongue into what they imagine to be English that someone will actually be able to make use of. So in addition to being what I hope will be at least a mildly entertaining anachronism of sorts, this channel also pays homage to those videos that employ such extremely bad English as I've just described above. As example of sentence English uses language badly such, it is to be enjoyed that the function of grammar can use such often. Get the idea now? Good. I and my army of fake voices will one day conquer the world, or maybe just YouTube. But in the meantime, sit back, hit autoplay, or whatever name Google/YouTube will have renamed it by the time you hear these words, and just chill. Let the music and the text carry you away, or give you a migraine headache, as the case may be. The main redeeming feature of the videos on this channel will hopefully be that you find entertainment value in them. Who knows? Perhaps a few of them may actually be useful and informative. At the time these words are being typed, it is not known just what sort of videos will end up being created and shared here. What is known is they will always feature crappy, computer-generated narration, and they will often, if not usually, use bad English. At times, I may experiment with using a human voice to narrate, but will alter the voice to attempt to make it sound like computer-generated speech. But God willing, there will be time for that later. Enjoy. And remember, resistance is futile. So subscribe, now. Share this channel with everyone you love, or maybe with your frenemies, and give us a big thumbs up. You decide.